Hello everybody, welcome to my YouTube channel. I think it's Andrea's weight loss journey, something like that. I'm Andrea, I'm 31 years old, I'm married, happily for the most part, to my husband Matt. Last year in October 2017, I decided to start the keto diet to lose weight. My mum and my stepmom had both had good success with it and had talked to me about it and, you know, explained little bits here and there of how it works. And I thought, well, there's no way I'm giving up carbs because I love bread and I love chips and crackers. So that's not happening. As I kind of read up more about it and I did my research, anyone that knows me, I like to Google things and look stuff up. Yes, I know that you can't believe everything you read or see or hear on the internet, but take everything with a grain of salt. So after looking into it all, I decided to weigh myself, take my measurements, and randomly in the middle of the week, I decided to start. I made a list of food to buy at the grocery store, and yeah, it was just kind of something in my head clicked. It was now or never, and I've said that for the past 10 years, I think. Pretty much since I was, I don't know, 16. Even as a kid, I've always been a bigger girl. Looking back at photos now of me as a child, I think I'm really not that big. But because I've always been really tall, I'm 5'11", and I've always been a tall child. Thanks, Dad. I've felt bigger than I probably really was. And it didn't help that I always had really skinny friends. My sisters are all really skinny. My brother, you know, everybody in my life that I was comparing myself to was a lot smaller than me. And that's not their fault. That's my fault. I've decided to make myself accountable and create videos. I've got Facebook and Instagram and whatever, but I'm all new to this, so we'll see how we go. It's a learning curve, it's a journey, it's something that is going to be everlasting. I don't think that this is a diet. It's definitely a way of life that I've completely changed the way I eat. I've changed what I drink. You know, I've started exercising. I do aqua fitness and it's amazing. I've always loved swimming. I've always loved being in the water, but I've never really felt comfortable enough to go to the pool and do stuff like that. But yeah, I've got a good fitness buddy, Shannon. Hey, shout out. We go when we can. You know, life gets in the way and you can't go all the time, work commitments and everything else. So this is kind of my journey and where I'm at, why I'm doing this. Random tangents I'll go off on. I've tried to make this video I think 1,000,000 times so far. I don't know how to edit videos, so when I try to, it just turns out ugly. So I'm sorry, but you're just gonna have to bear with it. And if you don't want to watch it, just hit stop and bye. Anyway, like I said, my name's Andy, I'm 31, I'm married. I have been with my partner, Matt, for almost 7 years. And 5 of those we've been off birth control. That's our only means of trying to have a baby. Basically, last year I kind of decided that I don't want to be the reason I don't have kids. I would hate in 5 or 10 years if technology, you know, some magic little thing come out where it said, if you would have lost weight, you would have had children. So that's my big personal motivator. It still gets me a little teary, like I'm a highly emotional person. Anyone that knows me will tell you that. But yeah, I don't want to be the reason that never happens for me. So I started looking into the keto diet, like I said, and I started the keto diet on October 23rd. It was a Monday. And I made my list, I went shopping on the Wednesday, and the Wednesday, the 25th of October, was my first actual official day. I weighed in at 170 kilos, which is 375 pounds. I've got my little cheat sheet over here. I have always seen shows where people are like, I never knew I was that fat, and they get so upset and emotional. Like, I've always known I was fat. I'm not delusional. I hate that fat has such a negative connotation with it, and it's such a, you know, insulting word. My entire life, I've had people say, you know, you're fat. I'm like, and it used to really get to me. It really upset me. And now I'm just like, if that's the best you can do, I'm winning, because yes, I am fat. Congratulations, you have eyeballs. It's just something that, I don't know, now I think it's so stupid, and I can't believe I spent so many years crying and getting upset and hurt over that 3-letter word. You know, it's probably the worst F word that I can think of, but it controlled my life. And, you know, boys would say it to me, and I had friends that would say it to me that, you know, I never got to continue to be friends with. And I've had family say it to me when they're being nasty. And it's just something that, you know, people use that because they know that it hurts you. And I want to own that word now and go, yeah, I am fat. Or hopefully in a few years say, you know, yeah, I was fat, because I don't want to see it as a bad thing. Anyway, rambling, like I said. I started my heaviest, like I said, I was 170 kilos, 375 pounds. That was, the 1st of August, 2017. In October, when I actually started the keto diet, I was 167 kilos, which is 368 pounds. So yeah, I was fat. Like, it's not something to be ashamed of, I guess. I've never really been unhealthy. Every time I've had cholesterol, thyroid, blood pressure, anything like that done or taken, it's all been within normal parameters, inching on that high side. I've always been in the kind of pre-diabetic area, never actually gotten diabetes, and never gotten to the point where, you know, someone has said like, this is do or die for you. It's just, yeah, a personal choice that I want to try and do everything I can to make my dreams a reality. Anyway, I started doing keto in October. I was really strict on it for about a month or two, and I've joined a few pages on Facebook and had a lot of really good support. I noticed as soon as I cut out the sugar and the carbs, the first week was a nightmare. I'm not going to lie. I was really, really cranky. I had really bad headaches. I got the keto flu, which people, you know, you get really bad diarrhea and you can be super constipated. It depends on how your body reacts. Really tired, really lethargic, just couldn't cope, really cranky, and snapped at my partner all the time. And I was just like, don't talk to me. Like, this is how it's going to be from now on. After the first week or so, it did start to get better. Sugar is really addictive, and it's not a secret. Like, it's the same as smoking. No one's ever really going to tell you that smoking is good for you. Same as sugar. It's not good for you. In small amounts and in moderation, to have little treats here and there is absolutely fine. But yeah, definitely cutting it out and getting rid of those cravings and taking away that addiction that you have to something that you just really may not be aware of. It's in almost everything. It's just crazy. After I got past that, I noticed like the first 2 or 3 weeks, the weight was just literally falling off. And that's a good motivator. Stepping on that scale and going, oh my God, I've lost 5 kilos in a week. Like, yes, a lot of that is water weight, but it's really good motivation to keep going and, you know, to look at it. And as that number gets smaller and smaller and you just think like, I'm doing it, it's happening, and it's a good feeling. It's really hard to say that you're proud of yourself. It's really hard to say that out loud. And again, it gets me really emotional, but I have a long way to go, but I've come a long way so far in this past 4.5 months.